Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Vanessa. If you're new here, welcome. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being a part of this beauty community and for coming on back to check this video out. It really does mean a lot to me. So I guess like as the title says, and as you know, we are going to be talking about my top 5 tips for makeup application and well, there's like a tool mixed in there too. So I figured it'd be kind of like a fun video to do because, you know, there are a lot of tutorials on like what to apply when and where, and it can get really complicated. So these are like the 5 things for me that have like changed my makeup game. They have like upped my game. We're leveling up outside. Maybe we're going back outside and it's time to maybe switch things up. Okay, so my first thing in the list is a mixing palette. This thing has been a life changing for me. Okay, so you can get like whatever kind of palette you want. I think that stainless steel is the best from what I've heard, but I mean, whatever kind of palette you want to get, like do you, it doesn't really matter. The thing that is important with this is that it allows you to mix your foundations on here if you want to. So like sometimes I'm in between 2 shades and I've got to mix them. Well, where are you going to do that? Mixing them on your hand, not really ideal. Mixing them on your face, also not super ideal. But when you mix them here on the palette, you can see the color that it's turning into to make sure that you have that color match that you want. And I also like dipping my brush into here before applying my foundation onto my face, because then I can get like a nice amount of foundation on the brush. I'm not getting too much, I'm not getting too little, I'm getting it spread nicely all over the brush, and I feel like it makes for a better application. So the number 2 thing is cream blush. There are tons of cream blush formulas out there in the beauty industry. So whatever cream blush, I don't know why that's so hard to say, strikes your fancy, go ahead and use that. I also like to put that on my mixing palette and then dip my brush in so I can get like just the right amount. But then you want to apply that after your foundation. So I put on my foundation, then I do the cream blush, and you're going to learn why that is really important in just a second, because after I do that, I go ahead and do the rest of my face. So whatever you're doing, if you just do foundation and blush, that's fine. If you like to put some contour, some highlight, that's fine too. Whatever next steps you want to take from there, go ahead and do those. Because the number 3 tip is to set your face in stages with different powders. Okay, this tip right here, if you don't take anything else, this is the key. So I set my concealer first with my setting powder that I'm using for concealer. It's usually about like maybe a shade, maybe 2 lighter than like my natural normal powder setting. Okay, so I usually put some concealer here, so I go ahead and set that, my chin, my nose, my forehead, a little bit under my eyes. Powder number 1. Then I set my contour with a contour powder. So, you know, contour here, around my hairline. You know, I like to get my chin because I want my jawline sharp. Do the chin. That's powder number 2. Powder number 3, I know, I feel like this is getting to be a lot, but trust the process. Powder number 3 is your blush. So wherever you apply the cream blush, obviously, you're just going to go over top of that and set it with a powder blush. I do typically keep them in the same color family, but here's where you can play around a little bit. So if you use like a really, really vibrant pink as a cream blush, maybe you can tone it down a bit with like a berry shade. So you can mix and match and play around with it and get the finish and the color that you like. Okay, so that's powder number 3. Powder number 4 is going to be your natural skin tone foundation setting powder, and that's what's going to start to bring everything together. So I start by like setting around my mouth, and then I just sort of like buff it out. So I buff it into that highlight there a little bit, the contour a little bit, the blush, just to kind of like bring everything together. And I feel like by setting in stages, it makes everything just look so much more smoother and cohesive. It's just, I mean, it's just been a game changer for me. And then I like to go on top with a little dusting of powder foundation. So I typically stay where I put the setting powder, but if there are any areas, like if I feel like I'm a little too blushy, maybe like right in here, I'll just tone it down with a little bit of powder foundation. Or if I feel like my contour is like a little too strong, then I'll go ahead in with the powder foundation and just tone it down a bit. But I think that layering the powder on top of the creams like this, instead of setting everything with powder and then applying your blush, your powder, contour, all of that, gives a better finish. Like, I feel like the powder is not weighing everything down, if that makes sense. So I don't know. It's been a game changer for me. Hopefully it'll work for you too if you try it. The last major keys are with eyes. Okay, so if you've been here for a while, hey girl, okay, so you know I always start with a wash of color on the eye. For me, this is key. So I apply my eye primer, then the lightest color that I'm going to use on my eye. So the lightest color in whatever like shade that I'm going for. So maybe it's a coral, maybe it's a pink, it could be tan, but it's always a very light color. Apply it all over your eye. Okay. Then after that, you want to apply your deepest crease color. It's going to look crazy. It's going to look a little wild, but you just got to trust me on this. So apply your deepest crease color and follow the shape of your eye. So where I'm applying it may not be where you apply it, but just like these steps are kind of like a guideline. So then you can like go wherever you want. This is the outline, okay? But you're making this speech. You're filling in the words. If you get where I'm going with that. Okay. So after you do your deepest color, you're going to go in with a lighter crease color. And that lighter crease color you're going to use to blend out that deep color. So what that does is it gives you a nice seamless blend with the least amount of effort. So if you're wondering like, how can I put together a poppin' eye look without spending 9 million hours blending? This is how you do it. No matter what colors you're using, try to follow those steps. And I'm telling you, I mean, I think that you're going to love it. Try to follow those steps. If it doesn't work out for you, I'd be surprised. And after that, go ahead and do whatever you want with the lid. So you can do a cut crease if you want to. You can fill it in all with one color if you want to. Do whatever you like, but I feel like those steps are really the key to getting that crease blended out nicely without spending so much time on the actual blending. And that's it. Those are my 5 tips. I don't know if you guys have heard these before, so let me know what you think. Like, have you heard any of these tips before, or any of them new to you? Are you going to try them out? Let's chat about it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Look y'all, as you may have seen in the new video, I started a new job. So I'm trying, your girl's trying to be consistent on here still, but it may be next week for a new video, hopefully, maybe 2 weeks, but I promise I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging. So please like this video and subscribe, and yeah, find me on Instagram, find me on Twitter, find me on Facebook. I love to connect with you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.